Nope. 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 Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Professor Pippage back in this bitch on I Trader Agent, trying to get active, trying to get land on. I got some setups to show y'all that popped off this week. I done missed a lot of gas on AU. I done found a lot of gas on UJ. Missed a lot of gas on UCAP. We're gonna cover all that. We're gonna run through all of it. We're gonna bust it down like we normally do. We're just gonna get up out of that thing. Currently looking for short opportunities on UJ. Um, I thought that potentially was gonna pull back a little bit higher, but it looked like it wanted to keep going short. So if it's gonna keep going short, then I'm gonna keep hopping in. But overall, starting off with AU, we'll bump out to the hourly time frame. Um, Hit that bar replay. The Back to the weekly open, just kind of line up what we were looking at before price action opened up and what it has done so far, and how I potentially would have got active on AU this week. Now, for the weekend analysis, what we saw was price action had pushed up, created a little high on the 4 hour time frame, also on the daily time frame, and then we started somewhat bullish trend slash the retracement move or this impulsive move to the downside all last week, and then we kind of shorted off towards the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, breaking structural lows on the 1 hour time frame, looking left. So coming into this week's price action, what I wanted to see was, okay, so if we were going to continue to go short after we just broke structure on the hourly, kind of expecting price action to pull back first. I missed the pullback. I stay looking for them pullbacks. But yeah, looking for that pullback first, and then potentially try to catch a continuation shorts to the downside, or if it broke to the downside, was it just going to be a liquidity grab to push down and then push back forward? So coming into the beginning of the week, I didn't have really a hardcore. I don't know why that shit keep popping up, bro. I don't know how to take that shit off, but don't worry, y'all. I got internet security, all that good stuff. I don't know how that came with the um computer when I first got it, and I don't know how to take it off. But back to the charts. I wanted to see price action pull back deeper and then catch continuation shorts, but from right where it was, I did see this 1 hour resistance before the market opened, and I was kind of going to base my decision based off of what price action did once it got back up in here. If it broke above this structural level right here, looking left, I was going to sit back and wait for that continuation to continue to pull back and then look for the shorts. But if it respected this area, I then had a decision to make. Say, okay, well, if we come up and start fumbling around right up in here, do we look for liquidity grabs? And it's kind of hard before price action actually plays out to try to start basing a scenario. So I'm gonna just let the candles play and then just kind of talk as they develop and just show you what I'm kind of seeing, looking for. So, like I said, definitely want to see the pullback first to take shorts, but if it broke to the downside, then potentially is that a liquidity grab to kind of push price higher. So, what we kind of see as market open, straight push down, coming down, broke that 4 hour support from last week, ended up creating that hourly range, finishing from the high to the low. So now, definitely, price action is continually bearish on the hourly chart, and we just broke 4 hour support. So basically, typically how I trade is when price action breaks structure on a higher time frame, this 4 hour support level here, I definitely am waiting for the deeper retracement. Sometimes you can get the shallow plays to where price action doesn't give you a 50%, 6.8, 70% retracement on the move that just push price action whichever way you looking for it to go. In this case, it'd be bearish, but yeah. So as price action started to pull back, what I'm looking for is exhaustion into this level or breaking the retest to pull back deeper. And price action is fumbling around. Now, at the same time, all this is going on, I'm also trading UJ, so I'm not 100% focused on AU at this point, simply because I already see what I wanted to see, and I was waiting desperately for that pullback to happen. So all this price action, I was not really involved, was not trying to take any trades. It wasn't until price action got back into this 1 hour resistance that I really wanted to make a decision. And so for the most part, Sunday market open, price action opened on the Asian and just kind of sunk to the downside. Around about that London open is when you see price action started to turn back around, started to push back bullish. And so coming up in here right now, we going into Monday night's Asian session. So right here, coming into the Asian Open, Paul Biff. Coming into the Asian Open, what I did see was price action is now bullish on the 1 hour time frame chart, on the 1 hour time frame, and we're pushing back into that level where I wanted to see, where I wanted to pretty much base my decision off of. So as price action is right here in real time, I'm looking like, okay, well, we're in the beginning of the Asian session, so typically I like to wait for the Asian high to create and then the Asian low to create, and then based off of the structure, based off of the trend, where price action just came from, I'm gonna base my trade scenario off of that. So coming into the Asian session and we coming up and pushing to this level, yeah, I'm just waiting for that potential range to create that initial Asian range. And what happened was price action pushed up during the Asian and just melted from there. No push pullback, no retracement, no nothing. And generally, the way that I trade, if I didn't catch it from the top, I'm generally probably not going to try to chase the continuation simply because of how market structure moves. I like to see pushes and then retracements. So if I don't get that quality retracement to let me know, yeah, it's potentially okay to start looking for the reversal back to the downside, then yeah, all this I definitely skipped over. And yeah, it was pretty much missing shorts from right there on AU. The biggest reason of why I missed this setup was because, like I said, I really wanted that deeper retracement. And then the second thing was coming to the Asian session, waiting for that high and low scenario to play out. By the time price action got up here and started leaking, we'd already pushed a good bit. So for the most part, we came down. This is the start of the Asian session candle right here. Market opens here. We pushed up. You know, the next thing I'm looking for is price action to push past that point of where the market opened from at that 6 o'clock candle. And then generally after that is when I'm able to potentially identify that Asian high and that Asian low. But right here, price action pushed back into that resistance, looking left, and it just leaked. Don't know if I was looking at the chart. No, hell no, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I definitely wasn't looking at the charts by the time this right here hadn't played out. So out to the bottom side it go, breaking through this 1 hour support right here, right over here in this move. And the other confluences I had pretty much for the most part to take this trade was we created a low back end over here. Price action comes around here and makes an equal low. So I definitely had this big ass liquidity pool drawn up to let me know that when price action comes back in this direction, as far as trade momentum, it's going to be a huge, strong candle that just busts right up through that zone, and you kind of see that right there. So was kind of upset that I missed out on these AU shorts, but when we go over to UJ, not that upset because, you know, but ultimately the only other thing that I would have had on this trade on this chart was bearish continuation zones. Anybody who's been watching me for a little bit of time, we always know, or we know that bearish continuation zones are breaking retest trades, push, pull back, looking for that type of motion based off of this area within the market. So go back out to that hourly, get that hourly right quick, and then that play button, and we just see. Had I got into these shorts, I would have been targeting the previous daily demand area to looking left. So TPs would have been smashed on that, and then trading based off of thought concepts and um, price psychology or price action psychology. We get the break and the retest of this bearish continuation zone. We actually got it twice. Double tap that thing. So potentially, if you didn't catch this one and wasn't aware of if price action had pulled up enough or broke below the area enough, here goes a second pullback, and then potentially could have had this little setup right over here. So price action had the opportunities there to get busy on AU. I just was tied up with G or UJ, and then since I didn't catch it from the top, I just just watch it. It's sometimes it's a beautiful thing to watch. Price action play out in the manner that you thought it would, and then if you're fortunate enough to catch a trade based off of that, then get active. But before we go over AU, ultimately on AU, because of the way the momentum is starting to slow down in these candles as they push bearish. My first thought tonight coming to the Asian session would be I would see if we get any breaks or structure to the top side, especially on the higher time frames. Lower time frames is kind of scrambled right now, so I wouldn't pretty much try to identify any of these levels that's really important. as far as where I want price action reject off of. So based off the hourly, we got the high to the low, lower high, lower low. And so yeah, I'll base that hourly high to that hourly low, and then just see how price action reacts within that range. If we break above, then potentially could have buys above that 66,388. And then if we break below, potentially have continuation shorts into 65,9, below 65,919. And then targets. I think I had targets identified. Oh, just the previous lows then. Right back in open north. And then, if it plays out, you can get busy that way. So still got a nice little range from where price action currently is on AU to continue to the downside. So you can definitely get busy with 45 of them things with the right lot size, my friend. The right lot size, you can do a lot. So you can get busy. So yeah, you just do what you do, my friend. But that's pretty much it on AU. We're gonna go ahead and slide over to UJ right quick. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to break UJ down like that simply because there's an ass of trades right in up in here on UJ. And like I said, currently sitting in the shorts right now on UJ. I got TP1 coming up here shortly at 33 364. And then if we break from there, TP2 is right down here. And yeah. But coming from, let's see, we can try and see what had happened there. Well, I would rather go through and show the trades and kind of zoom in on this price action because I know this is kind of jumbled and definitely hard to read. But coming from the weekly open writing over here, as we look to the left, price action is ultimately bullish. Based off of the daily time frame, we got a daily low, pushing and creating a daily high. But not one single day, but just the daily range as far as on the daily chart. Daily low, daily high, swing low, swing high, however you want to identify that shit, call it whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it daily low, daily high. As we look at it from a 4-hour perspective, we got a 4-hour high right up in here. Price action up in here is bullish, 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 come up, break structure. Where the price action break structure from, right up in here, come all the way down, create a low. We come back up with this candle, breaking structures looking left, so we can identify that 4-hour support. So high to the low, potentially pulling back within a supply-to region back on over here, or a resistance. Some people trade support resistance. Looking left, I see several things writing up in here that potentially I would identify, potentially call structure, and or places where I would look for price action to react from. This would be a reaction, something like I would be looking for to see if I can potentially continue to take shorts within this UJ market. So from that weekend analysis, we're looking to see how far does price action pull back based off of structure looking left, and before we can start back shorting again. So as price action, we'll bump down to that 15-minute. We'll slide over to Sunday's price action. As the market opened on Sunday, what I saw was bearish structure right here on the hourly 15-minute 4-hour chart. Then we suddenly got this impulse at the end of the week, last week on UJ. I don't know if their news popped off. I didn't research all that. I didn't look into all that. What I did look at was the structure that it broke to the left, and I seen it pulling back, and I said, okay, my friend, if you happen to retrace and you tap into this area right over here, I want to take some buys, my friend. And guess what it did? Market open. The market actually gapped and opened exactly on top of the area where I wanted to buy from, and it started pushing bullish. So as it was pretty early within market timing when I hopped into this trade, looking like 6 o'clock. What I saw was the push and the pullback from the area I wanted to get in. So I hopped in. And then what happened was price action came up and reversed and went bearish. So guess what? I hopped in again. It actually retested that area where I wanted to get in originally, or from the first trade. I actually hesitated. I didn't take the execution from right here when market gap and then closed bullish. I didn't take it from down there. I took it as we pulled back, and then pushed back bullish. So when they pulled back here and tapped that area again, I hopped in again. And then as we look down on the lower time frames on the 1 minute, I had an area, and I'm only hopping down here because I got this area that I identified early within the week when I took this first initial buy that I had potential re-entry on. So here's that first entry. Market opens. We gap into my area. I'm looking at left to get in. Then we started making bullish moves. So as it spiked up right here, I hopped in. As it pulled back and retested my area looking left, I hopped in again. And then as it pushed and pulled and started breaking above here and did this move right here, I had a possible re-entry area right here that I wanted it to pull back to before it went bullish. And yeah, that I ended up missing this trade. But as this trade progressed here, this is a trailing stop. So um, captured some profits right up in here on this first initial trade and the second trade right down here as price action pushing the structure. As price action pushing the structure looking left as we breaking through structure targets, initial targets. Um, Trailing stops based off of the 1 minute time frame. So I'm watching it and trailing it on the 1 minute second both trades. This trade, I identified this area right here because later on, or a day or two later, that exact retest entry actually gets popped. I did not have my buy limit in the queue anymore as I kind of identified this during the Asian session where I missed that trade. I went ahead and deleted this actual entry. But as it came down and tapped into that area I was looking left, I hopped in again during the next Asian session. But hopping back out to the higher time frames, 1 hour in that same area, what I'm seeing is price action pushing bullish, retesting that hourly high. You get the reaction, the pullback that doesn't break structure looking left. So you get the push and the pullback doesn't break structure looking left. So I'm looking for continuation buys back into structure looking left of where I think the market could short from. So as we push into this area and I see price action start to exhaust, pushing into my structure I want to see left and it starts to exhaust, the first thing I'm looking for as it starts to exhaust back to the downside, do we break structure looking left? And you get your answer right over here. Prematurely, I'm gonna say yes. And I say that prematurely because what day is this? Monday night, I had some excellent sniper entries that you see identified here on the chart right here. So I trade the Asian. That's the title of the show. That's how I get busy. That's how I get down. So Asian session for the most part entries only. The rest of this London, New York, I'm gonna let it do what it do because I ain't, I trade the Asian. You know what I'm saying? But next Asian session Monday night, what we're looking at is we see our possible re-entry signs still hanging out over there, and we see price action open up during the Asian session and tapping in that area right there we're looking for. So that's strike one. Okay. So we tap into that area we're looking for price action to react off of. And then it started going back bullish. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was also looking for what else was I looking for here? I think I was just looking for a basic retest. It was the other reason I hopped into this trade, but we tapped into the area while I was looking for the re-entry from the previous night was the first reason. And then the second reason, I think I was looking for a retest for a continuation to the downside after we broke structure. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So yeah, this trade right here, like I said, tapped into my area, was looking for the retestment back to the top side. I did end up hopping into these shorts prematurely, and I'm gonna explain here in a second what kind of happened with these two trades. As this pushed into profits right up in here, I saw this kind of candle formation right up in here. So, you know me, I trailed the stops, ended up getting trailed out. This, let me see. Yeah, I probably had trailing stops probably like right up in here. So right as this candle low was broken, I got trailed out right over here. And then what I saw was I was looking for the retracements back to the top side, hop back to the hourly, probably a little bit easier to see. When you blink. So hop into the buys from like somewhere right down in here as it pushed and broke above structure right over here, lower time frame structure, and then closed this bearish candle. When this candle opened and broke the low, I thought we were going to go short from there, and that was as deep as this retracement needed after breaking structure looking left. So I hopped in the shorts. And then when I went back to analyze the charts, I was like, just something just told me to look at the charts for a second, make sure I'm in the right trade. And when I looked at this higher high, higher low, initially when I identified that 1 hour low, it was that area right there. And then this was a new higher high on the 1 hour chart, but I was unfortunately incorrect. So this was the high, this was the low. This push here never broke structure. So basically turning that into an internal liquidity area on the lower time frame. So ultimately it was the high to the low to the higher high way up here. And this potentially was the retracement. So when I hopped into buys and closed out prematurely, I missed my actual TP getting smacked with this candle here. And then I hopped into the shorts. And when I identified high, low, high potential, higher low for us to push higher, those shorts that I hopped in right back in over here somewhere, I closed early. My TP, my stop loss was way up here. It never got close to getting smacked, and price action rolled over, which is this trade right here with this loss. So I hopped in the buys. Trailing stop got stopped out somewhere right up in here. I got pictures of the before and afters. I'm gonna pop up a little bit later, but I just kind of wanted to explain what I was looking at. But got pushed up, got stopped out somewhere right up in here. Took the sales as price action started breaking lows right back in over here. Looking left, I thought we pushed up as far as it was gonna go based off of this little double top pattern. But that was another thing that kind of jammed me up once I got into this trade, as I thought price action was gonna continue to go bullish. We created resting liquidity on the lower time frames in the wrong direction. I needed to see that type of setup down here for price action to push through. I saw it above, so as it started pushing into the highs above that resting liquidity area, I sat back and watched it in real time and let price action push past that area one time, and then I trailed my stops immediately below that the wick of that push. So right here, the resting liquidity, price action came down. I hopped in. We started breaking structure, looking left, pushed in the stop loss, resting liquidity here. So as this pushed up, and I thought was the grab of that liquidity grab right there, started to roll back over. I trailed the stops to here for this short, and I got trailed out. And then price action leaked. Original stops was way up here, 48 pips. So I wasn't too upset about trailing this stop because I generally like a 20 pip stop loss range. This one was 48. So I'd be struggling, but ultimately trade ended up playing out. Had I not jammed up the stops or messed with the trades, or had I just let the shit play out, especially these buys right here, buys would have smashed up. The shorts would have entered. I would have suffered from drawdown, but ultimately the thing smashed for 59 of them things plus some. So I kind of, it was a win here and a loss there, but ultimately I was playing with the, risk that with the rewards I made um, with that short right there. So yeah, as price action continued, that's Monday night Asian. So we moved on through the Tuesday night's Asian. I don't see it identified. Why? Or I'm not sure. Yeah, Tuesday night Asian right over here. So we're on 15 minutes. Jump out to that hourly. So we got Sunday night's trades, Monday night's trades, and then we hop into Tuesday night. Now, when you go to naked charts, price action has rolled over back bearish. This little scare of a higher high, higher low, higher high. We did push back in instruction. I did get the sign that I need to see, but this little bullish trend here is over. The confirmation, breaker structure looking left. Also, the creation of the next lower high that creates the next lower low. So I'm looking for the shorts. I'm in shorts right now. Oh, shit. Let me see what my entry is. Okay, so not too bad. I got entry to 33,500 right here. I've been scalping this all day. Like 33,500. We breaking lows on the lower time frame. Um, but ultimately, I'm looking for the shorts. So when you bring the analysis back, it's like I know it's jumbled. I know it's hard to see, but it's like that on purpose so I can point out these trades. So ultimately, what I'm looking for, like I said, we bullish. We rolled over on a 4-hour bearish. So I'm looking for price action to pull all the way back down within this area right here before potentially going back bullish again. And that's pretty much it. Price action is still pushing bearish down to that area. And then once we get down here, once I see how the price action plays out from this area, then I'll possibly be looking for buys next week. So that potentially it depends. It depends on what happened right here, and it depends on what happens to price get down here. But ultimately, somewhat still pushing bearish. This price action right here kind of confused me a little bit. Well, not as far as what they do in the market, but I didn't understand this big drop and then this big retracement, then continue to go bearish. I ultimately thought I was gonna get my retracement tonight and then take some big shorts tomorrow. But if it's gonna short off now, I'm not gonna get in this way. So yeah, the thing short. But we bumped down to the 15-minute. This was the trades from last night. Another reason I wasn't too salty about that loss last night was because I got up this morning and I did get busy during the New York session. Smashed up some Now, let me see. So this was last night's. Yeah. Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, that's today. Okay. All right. So we want to start from. Did we talk about Wednesday's buys? Tuesday's buys? No, we only talk about these. All right. So price action still continuing to go bearish. Right over her. Tuesday night's buys. What I'm looking for is a retracement buy to potentially go short. And what I saw was down here on this 1 minute time frame. As price action is bearish, higher time frames, we got resting liquidity right up here that still hasn't been tagged. But what I saw in the 1 minute is price action has started to roll over bullish. So this would be that 6 o'clock candle open right up in here. Asian open, and we started to go bearish. And then, like I said, on the lower time frames before this price action over here developed, I said, okay, well, if this is going to continue, it's a little bullish to go continue to go higher, then this is the area I potentially want to strike from and try to see once the price action push into that area. Look at left, I want to take buy. So once it pushed into that area, same thing. Price action rolled over. It went bullish, higher highs and higher lows. I got active to the top side. What I did notice though was we was real early within the session, and price action did not break structure looking left. As we zoom in a little bit more, this is on Tuesday nights, price action, Tuesday nights, Asian session. So last night, market open, the Asian open right over here, where I identify as the Asian open, come down, creates a low. When we pushed up, we barely broke structure here, and we did not close above that origination point from market open, and price action pushed up. Did one of these little moves right here. I had the stops trailed and smack them. So as we smack them right there into that trailing stop, I ended up seeing that price action did break the low right in over here. So I'm looking at it as a high, low, lower high, lower low. And I said, oh, okay, well, same scenarios right up in the green over here. If this is going to continue to go bearish, I want to see price action pull back to an area that I got identified here as a little supply zone down on the 1 minute time frame. And I want to see it roll over bearish. What ended up happening was the level that I needed to close below for me to take shorts right in over here at 133, 560, 565. It got crossed and I hopped in some shorts. And as you can see right up in over here, this first position pushed for about, let me see, about 20 of them things and closed off about 50% of it. One of the reasons was based off the higher time frames, I had an area identified back in here on hourly that I really didn't understand what it was. This little price action right over here. So as price action pushed close to that level and started to exhaust on the lower time frame with these wicks right up in here, I'm watching this on the lower time frames, like the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, and I just see the candles starting to look like they don't want to continue to go bearish. Right in up in here, we push, pull back, and right in up in here, this is the area. 1 minute. So I got to charts back. Right here. This right here. Push down, we started to stroke out. You know what I'm saying? Following the candles, just looking at the candles and started to see it reverse, closing above structure right over here. So capture 50% right there, ended up trailing stops right there, and then it pulled back and I was out of there. So 26 or 28 pips, 26 pips, something like that, took half, and then the remainder got tapped out right over there. And then what I saw was, back out to the hourly. I'm gonna start deleting some of this shit because I done went through it already. So we can see them charts. Yep. See, 15 minutes. Which ones we discussed? This one here, trailing stops. What happened right here was as price action created right back in over here, creating that Asian open, that Asian low, we pulled back, and these were the buys that I was in that I hopped out of. Couldn't break structure looking left. We created equal highs right back in over here. So what I saw was resting liquidity. So during the Asian, I was kind of waiting for that move to get spiked, especially as we pushed into the supply right here. At this time, I think I had to pull it off the charts right here. This is close to the London Open. So I wasn't on the charts for this move, but I was on the charts for this move. So when this move happened, I kind of saw as liquidity grab here and then liquidity grab here. So as it started to come back down, we started to break structure on the 1 minute, 5 minute. I hopped into shorts right up in there. And then we actually tapped into that level I had identified on the hourly chart. So capture some profits right in up in there. As price action started doing this push pull back motion right up in here, trailed them stops and got tagged out on the trailer right over there. So tonight, yeah, kind of hopped in some early shorts right here. It ain't even 7 o'clock yet. Do think I'm gonna trail. I don't know. Let's see how this play out. I want to take TP1 right down here at 33,303. Um, yeah, so basically the position right now. Come on, baby. Yeah, 33,500. Basically, we're looking at something like this right here. 30 pip stop. I don't like it. It ain't the best, but targeting all of this right down here. And now that I done got all these trades on some wax, I can delete all this extra shit so I can see. Um, yeah, if you don't need it, definitely get rid of it. This didn't get captured yet, so we can leave that. Really use my loss signs. So basically, from the hourly time frame, looking at it from the 15-minute, I know my hourly high is here. My previous hourly high is here, and then the low was created was down here. I see a retest of this previous hourly high, and I see price action start to roll back over bearishly on the 15-minute time frame. So there's my reasoning and explanation for hopping in these shorts, and because higher time frames are bearish, and because I've been smacking the market all week in these shorts all week, just following that trend to the downside. I don't say all that and be all loud in the mic like that to be cocky or nothing, but when you done been in the charts and you've been losing for 3 years, 4 years straight, and then you finally figure out what you had needed to figure out to get active in this market, oh my gosh, it does feel amazing, and it's like a breeze breath of fresh air. Um, yeah. Continuation sales based off the weekend analysis right here, looking over to the left. It would have been hard to try to take some continuation sales this week because as price action come down, continuation sales breaking retail trades, just like the bearish continuation zones are breaking retail trades. Looking at price action starting right up here. This is just random off topic, but if we break below that level, 4 hour support looking left, right in over here, continuation sales below. What we're looking for is a price to break below and come and respect that area. Right here, you get price action closes above, back into that 4 hour support area, which is not a bad thing. But once we start to come back down, it has to break the low. There is no other option. Only way to stay in the shorts, especially if you took the short from the top, it has to break the low. If it don't break the low, you better be trailing stops or getting out because as you can see, the result, price action does not break the low, it continues back higher. Um, Only other spot right here, this is not enough momentum, so probably definitely wouldn't have been looking for continuation sales when you add what session it is and what time it is. It's the Asian session. There's not a ton of momentum that comes to the market in the Asian session. So as we look at it backing over here, as price action tries to go short again, we close below, we push back, and then we start to sell off again. We finally break the next low, so potentially could have had some shorts from right there. Probably would have ended up getting cooked because if I would have hopped in from right there, I would have been targeting somewhere down here, and stops would have been anywhere above any of these structures. So I probably would have got stopped out. So in that case, it definitely didn't work. But as we look, there's not really any scenarios right here where continuation sales work below, but potentially could have had a trade set up right in open here. As we close back below here, we pulled back and then we just kept going higher. So it wouldn't have been a setup there. So yeah, no continuation sales just yet beneath this level. But as we can see, price action is doing all it can to get beneath that level and it's trying to stay beneath that level. Right now, it's catching some static. There's some people down here. There's some institutions or some whatevers causing the market to spike back to the top side. You can put whatever terminology you want to on the back end. That ain't got nothing to do with me. All I'm coming to do is show you how I get active on these charts. And yeah. But I do see the exhaustion within these candles on a 15-minute time frame. So yeah, so I was like, I might be about to trail some stops on this because it ain't pushing. And I'm looking for it to come down just a little bit more. 364 is what I'm looking for. TP1 and potentially to trail stops in the profit. Let's see how much that would be. 22 of them things at that point. Ooh, I don't like that candle. Oh, yeah. I don't like that candle. If price action closes back above, right back in up in here, which is about 12. Oh, yeah, about 12 pips. I'm probably close everything. If it close back above, right back in up in there. I'm probably hop out of everything because I can probably find a better entry a little bit later, save some of that capital, and then try to hit back a little bit later. That's if it sets up. Tonight is Wednesday. We have had a pretty good week, so I ain't really pressed to hop in nothing. Trailing stops, not yet, but if we close, uh, yeah, yeah, we say trailing stops right here. Because if we close back above, I haven't trailed them yet, but if it closes back above, it's probably gonna push our way to the top of that zone, and I'll just potentially get in right there. But we're gonna see. Let's see how that candle closes. Pushing over to UCAD. Missed out on some gas on UCAD, of course, because I was around with UJ and all the rest of them. But a lot of people were saying the dollar was going to continue to go bearish, but based off the way these charts closing above structure, that's going bullish, my boy. So coming from the weekly open, we see price action push bullish. We break structure on the 4-hour and possibly the daily chart. I don't know if that was the daily high or not. I haven't got it identified anymore, but this is the daily low, so the daily high somewhere. But breaking structure looking left right over here. Generally, I like to see a deeper retracement once we break higher time frame structure. We only got price action to pull back to this 1-hour support. What I was looking for, a price action come all the way back down, potentially take continuation buys. Weekend analysis, the daily was bullish. Oh yeah, the resistance. So the daily high had been confirmed. That it's still not confirmed. So this is still the swing low to the swing high has not yet been created. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think a swing high has been created on the daily chart. So definitely still just one impulsive move. Any bearish type price action that starts to eventually come, breaking structure looking left would be only simply a retracement in my eyes, only to potentially push the market back higher. But daily time frame bullish, for the resistance not confirmed. The 4-hour was bullish, so from the low to the high. The 1-hour was bullish from the low to the high. Was bullish from the low to the high from the weekly open, and then the 15-minute was consolidating, chopping around right up in here, from the weekend analysis. But yeah, ultimately the break continuation buys above that break and retest, that break and retest setup that we like to see on the continuation buys definitely sort of played out right up in here, backed up to the top side. Price action targets looking left. When we bump down to the lower time frames, we can see price action closing above that 4-hour resistance. The reason I wouldn't look for deep retracements right here is because we're already going bullish. So we're looking to let price action push as high as it wants to. Let the breakout move happen. So in this case, it only pushed 25 pips. As it returns, we're taking this setup based off of price action retesting the structure that it most recently broke, looking left. So that's kind of the thought process in the chart analysis or a trade scenario, or however you want to justify getting into the trade, but break and retest and then continuation. If we take this break and retest setup and this high that immediately came after we broke structure does not get broken, trailing stops, trying to get out of the trade, find a way to get out. Because if we don't break this high that immediately, then we can start expecting potential double top or reversal, any triple top, any of them crazy ass formations. But push, retest, break, continuation. So if I wanted to bust down UCAT, I could have stayed on this chart and just rode the higher lows into potential take profits. There's some right here. You're looking at 42 pips. There's some right here. From there to there, you're looking at 38 pips. Yeah, we already did that one. So this was the other one. This was the first one. 36 pips. So I mean, the opportunities is there. You just have to get in where you fit in. So ultimately, definitely pushing bullish. I do see somewhat of a, I do see somewhat of a. Hold on, don't speak too fast. Yeah, somewhat of an hourly structural break, but at the result of that hourly structural break, we do get a structural break back to the top side. So now I will be watching from this high to this low and then try to base whichever way price action break out, break and retest to the top side, break and retest to the downside. To the downside would be more of a retracement move that I would be expecting. So definitely expecting very corrective price action because all of this is bullish. If it breaks to the top side, then I will be looking for impulsive moves as break and retest continuation to the top side. To the top side, to the top side. Pushing over to GU. GU is kind of funky. Weekend analysis. Let me see what we got. We were bullish on the 4 hour from the low to the high, push, pullback. So this is what we like to see as far as these bullish continuations on. We like to see that big ass push and pull back and then hopping them things as continuations. But right here, what you got is 4 hours on from the high to the low, pull back, pushes into a level looking left, and then it's just been bullish ever since. So the weekend analysis, we're going to see how far, or what we want to see is how far price action retests or retraces before going back bullish. Didn't really have a whole bunch identified right up in here just because it's GU. So I basically identified the 4 hour resistance and the 4 hour lows, and then as price action started to develop, kind of identified 1 hour resistance, support right down here, resistance up here at the time. Ultimately, the resistance ended up being way up here, and then we kind of confirmed that by price action looking left. We did come down and break structure. So based off of GU, based off of this price action right here, because this is because this is coming off the back of bullish price action, I don't know that I would have been looking for shorts right here. So because you got high, low, higher, high, potential higher, low, I wouldn't be looking for, I mean, I guess you could have because you have no retracement on this type of price action, but that's a different story. But otherwise, either way, potentially this could continue to go bullish. You don't really have any higher lows being broken yet on a major scale. This could be the next higher low. We've already broken previous 1 hour structural high, so this could just be the slight retracement to continue to go bullish. I don't know, my friend. Let's see. Let's zoom in. But the other thing about GU is like all this choppy ass price action is kind of hard to identify which structure is going to give you the gas and which one ain't. So that's why I kind of, look at GU from a broader perspective, only identifying the 4 hour time frame, the daily time frame, and then based off of that 1 hour, I can get active from here. But I don't zoom into the 5 minute and the 15 minute, and 30 minute on GU because that shit moves funky. And then the price action, the structure that leaves behind is just not that bueno. Not too bueno, my friend. So this would have been high to the low. This price action here ultimately did not break where price action came from. So this is not the hourly high. The structure would be from here, this low to this previous high is how it originally would have had it drawn up. And then break a structure. We got the support. Now, since we got the breaker structure right over here, we can say this support potentially is where the gas came from. And like I said, you can put whatever terminology you want to it on the back end. Support resistance, I call it the gas, is where the gas took off from, based off of structure looking left. That broke structure looking up to the top side. What's up, Bo? Yeah, probably about 10 more minutes, boy. What you need? Cause the door closed, bro. I'm trying to record. What's up? Huh? All right. What you got background noise? You got hold on, y'all. All right, so basically, when I identify like this, I just like to see a staircase start to build from the low to the high, to the higher low, to the higher high. So all this price action in between would just be a retracement to see if price action is going to potentially go bullish. On the 15-minute time frame, this is really, really choppy. So we're bullish backing up in here, higher high, come down, does not break immediate structure, pulls back, did not create new highs. Eventually does start to break lows. So based off the 15-minute, what I would do is I would look at this area right here, 15-minute low, that actual broke structure right back in over her with this low right over her. So if I was going to get funky on GU, once I saw price action manipulate its way back and forth above this level right here, once it closed above, I would look for that next retracement, and then I would get busy on some buys back to the top side. However, this price action right here happened to play out in between this red zone, I don't care. If it closes above here and then retraces and respects the low of where it came from, I'm getting active to the top side. On the other hand, if it happens to break this structural support right here on the 15-minute, then I'm gonna let that thing pull back and fumble around with them keys until it gets back to this 1 hour support right down here. Then I'm gonna probably look for some buys. If it keep going, it just keep going. I know we just keep doing this all day, back and forth. So we got scenarios in place. But ultimately, what we're looking for right here, because the price action is somewhat bullish, if we push above that 15-minute level right there, and then pull back and don't break the low looking left, I'm getting active to the top side. Kicking over to GJ. Oh man, no GJ on the. Let's push back over to UJ. Let's see. Oh, we back at entry. Hold up. Let's see what. Let's see what happened with my turn. Yeah, I think this one continue to go bullish. It might continue to go bullish, my friends. I'm going to get out right here. I don't know. We're pushing back into the range. I don't want to get inside the range. Once we break from the low to the high on that 15-minute, kind of like the same thing I was just about to say on that I was saying on GU. If we break that low, we should break and retest. It might hold up. How many pips? This is 31 pips. That is. I don't want to trail too early and get smacked. That's 18 pips. I mean, we can leave it above structure and see what happens. I don't like it at 31 pips, but if I won't trail them right here. This is what I'll do. 50% of that thing. So if we close above, not if we wick above, if we close above 133,618, I'll cut 50%. And then I'll leave the rest to see if it plays out, see if it rolls back over. What the hell is that about? GJ. 1 hour of that thing. GJ was funky. When I clicked over here, price action was a mess. Let me hit that bar replay. I will not break it down like I did AU and GJ. I just want to show you what I saw prior to market open, and I got it wrote down for this one. So as I came to the charts to analyze Mr. GJ, if we bump out to that 4-hour time frame, we go ahead and blank everything. What we see is price action. Current price action is bullish. Higher highs and higher lows. We got a high right over here with a higher low. We broke above that high, we pulled back, and we pushed higher. You can look at it that way, or you can look at more recent time frame price action. This is bearish, lower lows, lower highs, lower high, lower low. We closed above that lower high, and then got busy to the top side with more higher highs and higher lows. Right back up in here, if you didn't know how to read structure and price action, you could have got cooked trying to take shorts as we broke structure right here. Ultimately, what's happening is price action is bullish. We just closed above previous highs, and we were retracing this range from this high to this low. So yeah, it did break lower time frame structure. And like I said, if you didn't know how to read price action, you potentially could have got cooked right here trying to take shorts, but ultimately the retracement and then boot back to the top side, higher high. So the fuck was that going? Oh, yeah. Before the market played out, this was my analysis, and yeah, so I had a 4-hourly low to the 4-hourly high. Lower time frame structure had been violated back to the upside. So looking at this, price action was bearish as we create higher highs and higher lows. On the 1-hour time frame, we started breaking structures looking left with this big ass move right here. So you bump down to that hourly and you look at that thing, you just see the higher highs and higher lows. Now it's not significant levels, but on lower time frames it is. So I mean, if you scalp like me, then yeah, breaks a structure like this is important when you want price action to go bearish. But right here was we see price action go bullish, hourly time frame. We breaking structure to the downside. So lower time frame structure has been violated back to the upside. What we got right here is structural level here on the lower time frame, structural level here on the lower time frame. All these bullish closes in this bearish trend, structural level on the lower time frame. So we got structure right here on the 15-minute, 5-minute, structure right up in here, 15-minute, 5-minute. Those structures have been broken back to the upside. So they've been violated. From a daily and 4-hour perspective, it look like price action is just retesting support. So we got price action pushing up, we push down, support, pushed up, push down, support. Liquidity starting to build right up in here. We start to push up. We don't, yeah, we didn't break the low, but we came down. We didn't create a high immediately afterwards, but we also didn't break the low, and then we eventually continued to go to the top side. So, yeah. So as this pulled back, you know what I'm saying, back into the supportive area, still not breaking the lows, right back in over here, and it reacted back to the top side. Now, like I said, whatever reason you want to put behind it as to why I pushed back to the top side. I mean, I know why I pushed to the top side, but whoever watching this video, if you know got whatever reason you want to put on it. But we pushed back to the top side. hourly structure has been broken to the downside right over here, but then we push back to the upside right over here, breaking structure on the hourly chart. At this point, we'll probably be looking for a lower time frame retracement to ride back into the high. So this is the hourly chart. As I'm looking at it like this from the weekend analysis, what I see is a supportive level right up here. Yep, just like that. And then this analysis would have stood all the way until Monday's nights, Monday morning, London. So that's where that support I would have been looking for that support to hold up all the way up until London night or Monday morning London session. All right, and then the other structural area I was looking for was right in up in here on the 15-minute time frame. And then I think that might have been it. But yeah, so I was looking for this on the lower time frame, retest, spring to the top side, or retest down here and then spring to the top side. We bump down to the 15-minute and then you hit that bar replay. So yeah, as price action started to roll forward, you just kind of see what had happened. And had I been watching this live time, I probably would have hopped in. I'm looking for the retracement back into my supportive area within the market where I want price action to come to. And then I'm looking for a bullish signal. So now it has pushed into my area I'm looking for. I'm looking for a bullish signal. Right here, we got bullish candle printing. We starting to break structures, looking left. We continue to go bullish. I would have been in that thing a long time ago, watching it push to the top side. It's starting to retrace. Damn it. Should I trail the stops? Probably would be. I probably would have trailed to about right here. I would have just probably got tagged out too. We're gonna hit that pause button right there. I'm gonna just let this play because, like I said, I was not watching this live. After we pushed the swapping 51 pips, hell yeah, I would have had stops trailed. I probably would have had them pulled up higher than that. Probably would have them to this 53 based off of these candles right here. And then as price action broke back below that level, yeah, I probably would have been looking to re-enter too. But pushing bullish, coming back to retest this area. Let's see. Yep, push bullish, break structure first. Looking for buys again. Probably would have hopped in as soon as we closed above this candle right here. And then just would have been right to the top. Let me see. I don't know why this red box is here, but ultimately, as you can see, we was looking for the retracement and price action. That might be tonight's support. That's why that red line is. I don't know why this is right here right now. But once we finish playing out, I know. But ultimately, yeah. So had I been watching UCAD, had I been GJ, had I came back to GJ after I did the weekend analysis, then yeah, I would have got active. Definitely would have hopped in them buys. If I would have missed this move and then would have came in on this move, I definitely would have hopped in right here for the second time and then to the top side. We can go ahead and close it off because yeah, price action went bullish, ran into that 4-hour resistance and then leaked back to the downside. Probably would have got cooked. Well, this is the London, so I probably would not have got cooked because I probably would have been looking at this as break, retest, and then continue. So had I been watching during the London, this would have been the area I'd have been identifying to trying to see if price action is going to come back there, give me a bullish signal, then pop out to the top side. Outside of that, I don't know what the hell GU is doing. Look like it's consolidating based off of hourly structure. So this is your hourly support. It can't be in there. You see, break structure. Yeah, we have to definitely re-identify this completely. I don't know what this is doing. I need to get my lines in the right spot, but ultimately, it looks like it's consolidating based off of hourly perspective. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to go bullish or bearish, just because it's in consolidation in my eyes. So, what I do see is an impulsive move to the downside. I do see a retracement. I do kind of see exhaustion starting to form, or a liquidity phase, or what any of that other shit people be looking at. I don't know. Right here, this price action just is not really identifiable. I can see that we have closed above one single structure on the hourly chart. So my books, if previous price action was bullish and we starting to close back above hourly structure, I would be looking for buys. This right here just don't make me feel confident about continuation buys. Now, if we close above this little error right here, guess what I would be doing? I would be looking for continuation buys, my friend. Continuation, boys. And that's on GJ, and that's 166, 715. So close above 715. I'm looking for break and retest, and then we can potentially scatter back up to the top side. Push over to gold. Don't think I had too much lined up on gold. I was actually watching somebody else's live video trade the New York session. And they were trying to hop into a trade. If they end up watching this video, they'll know who it is because I said something on a live. I told them, let's do business, baby. Holla at your boy, let's do business, baby. I'm ready to work, Holmes. I'm ready to work. But he was looking for a trade setup right back in open here. And basically what I did was I just was like, hey, holla at your boy, let's do work. Before I ended up leaving the show, I just kind of told him what I was looking for based off of gold, based off of where price action was. This is New York session. He was trading live. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna look for continuation buys above this little blue line right here. I actually think I told him 1985 within his live feed. Price action closed above that little area and just scat caboodle, targeting to the highs looking left. Now, I didn't hop into this trade, but a little call out. Yeah, that shit hit all the way to the top. Clean style too. Yeah. See? But ultimately based off of that price action pattern, especially closing above this resistance looking left, what I was looking for initially next was a pullback based into a supportive area that I had identified. And none of my scenarios played out. They pulled back and did not continue to retest and break structure looking left. So that one would have been no good. Based off of where price action was, I was looking for the retest here. If it was going to break through, I wanted to see a retest pull back to this area, right up in her, and then continuation short. That didn't necessarily happen. We did come and eventually break through this level, but also on the same note, when we pulled back, we did not stay below this level. So if you wanted to say you wanted to take the continuation shorts based off of this level, and you said here, this was the expansion, this was the retracement, we closed above the expansion area, so no go on the shorts from there. So yeah, didn't really do too much anything else on gold this week, but yeah, my friend, ultimately, I think it's going bullish, yeah. We bully. We got a low. Then we got another low, which is a higher low. And then we got another low, which is a higher low. And then we got a high coming from the low. So low to the higher low, looking left. We got a new high. Yeah. New high. A new, let's see, high. Or to the low, to the high. Potential higher low. Potential higher high. Break of structure. So let's bump back out to the hourly. I want to look at this area right here. 1 hour support, 1 hour resistance. And then I want to see what that looks like. Where's we at? This is identifying bullish. High, higher low, high, low, high. This would have been a high, low, high, break structure. So yeah, what I would be looking for here, right here on gold, I would play it based off of the hourly range. Since the hourly range has been a little funky, or the 4 hourly range. The hourly range has been a little funky within that 4 hour range as far as getting outside of that range. But you still have the staircase scenario going on as far as the higher highs and higher lows, which is what you want to see to take buys. But point out here is from here, push above, high, higher low, high, potential new higher low to give you this action right here. Yeah, oh, that's incorrect. This was the next higher high. This was the next higher low. And then we came and gave you a new high and then had a break of potential structure. Now, what we need to see from this point, okay? Anybody who thinks gold is going to go bearish, what we need to see is a retracement, or what we can see is a retracement. And then when it comes back down, it has to break the low. If we think gold is going to go bearish, that's the scenario. All right. But based off of this higher high, higher low concept right here, this very much could damn well continue to go bullish. Because if you look at the range like this, high to the low, higher high here, and not this one, higher low. That could be then your next higher high. We're gonna turn that blue so you can see that a little bit better. We're gonna delete this one here. So then you only got two scenarios: high, low, higher low, higher high. Break a structure right over here. Pull back, there's a short an opportunity, or high, low, higher high, higher low, and then we potentially go higher. Now, this scenario here on gold is a little bit different than what I saw on UJ, because we actually cleared this high when we came down and then pushed higher. When we bump out the UJ, this high right here didn't break that high right over here. So we was high or high to this low to that high versus high, low, higher, high. So back in over on gold, it's going to be a tricky scenario. So what I want to do is play it based off of the hourly range. And then we're going to get busy like that. I will identify like this on the hourly. Get rid of this shit out of the way. And then as far as where I wanted to see a retracement, so right now, based off of my psychology and my trading concepts, because price action is breaking structure on a lower time frame bullishly, I potentially will be expecting it to pull back deeper within this range. Where would it pull back to? I don't know, my friend. I would put the fibs on that beef. Put the fibs on to the high, to the low, and away we go. So I would probably look right up in here somewhere, my friends. Okay. 15-minute. What I would look for is then this. See how price react from there. And then if we come here and reject the rollover bearish, I will hop into some shorts, targeting the lows first and then continuation to the downside. If we broke above here, I would watch it play out and just wait for higher highs and higher lows. I'll probably want to see at least two of. So as price action do its thing back in over here, if we reject from here and roll over bearish, I would take shorts from up here and then target one, target two. Why would I do that? Because we broke structure somewhat on the higher time frames, one of the scenarios. And then if we come and we break above here, I would have to see at least two higher highs and higher lows before potentially hopping in this next higher low, potentially keep going higher. And that's how I would play it. So yeah, that's what we're looking at on gold, my friends. Gold, 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 gold. Overall, shit. Knew it, I knew it, my friends. We put that 50%. Well, let me keep going down to the minutes. We got any closures yet? Anything closing? We wicking right now. Wolfing like you want to get up there. Saves profit. Look. Who that? I want to see it close other than that. I got to close. 618. Sitting at 614 on terminal right now. Yeah, so we could have potentially gotten out back here. We had first signs of, put that back. We had first signs of trade starting to break down right up in here. As these lower lows and lower highs continues to shit. What's the word I'm looking for? As they start to compress, as you're stroking right down here, lower lows, lower highs, but right here you real choppy. Then you get the first break of structure. It did come back down and grab some liquidity, but it immediately broke above the next structure. So definitely potentially could have had stops trailed down here and profit and been out of this trade. Oh shit. They cut 50%. Yeah, hold on. 50%, and then we'll let the rest run. Let me get that. So 50% trail starts. If we come back down and start to fail to break lows again, I'll close out the rest of the trade because potentially it could be going back bullish. But outside of that, yeah, we gonna see. Yeah. But outside of that, yeah, I think I'm about to get ready to slide because I've been on that bit for a minute, at least about an hour, my G. I think. Continuation shorts. It looked like it's booming and busting over here on AU. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just analysis on AU right quick. Then I'm gonna slide. All right, so we got the Asia open on the hourly off this punched ass price. We're looking at the high to the low. Price action has pulled back and look like it's giving bearish signals on the lower time frame to go short. Bring that thing back up. So potentially that could be an Asian high. We could be coming down to create that Asian low. Now, based off of this right here, we want to see if price action continue to go bearish. We want to see that Asian low get broken after it establishes itself. But this could continue and just leak right to the take profit. So yeah, pretty much probably missed on AU for tonight, my friends, because I want it from the top. If I don't get it from the top, I don't like getting in the middle. Yeah, because usually middle trades get retested. But outside of that, I mean, I'm about to slide cook. I done got hungry in this big. But if you're watching, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Tell your neighbors next door, around the corner, up the street. Anybody who trying to get active on these charts. Wait for this close right here. This close right here is gonna tell me a lot. If this candle close, the body closes below 133.596, we might continue. We might come back down. But if the body closes like it is right now or higher, you kind of see this push up into here and start fumbling with them keys. I do kind of see that, but that's like that's like the last parachute on a plane and the bitch just caught on fire type setup. So, yeah, I do think we can pull back a little bit higher first, and then potentially either later tonight or tomorrow, I could be shorting from this blue level here. That resting lick sitting right up there. This resting lick has been captured already. It was sitting there, got captured once, got captured twice, pushing back in the structure left. So we can definitely get rid of that one. But this one got smacked up too. Double tops. People like them double top trades. Here go the drop. Well, here goes the macaroni. Get rid of that one too. It's already been grabbed. This one has not. So I will be waiting for app back into this to see if we can get that entry. And then if not, then potentially be looking back higher within the range. Ultimately breaking 4-hour support, previous support right back in over here. Until we get that hourly structure close above, we can't really identify that 4-hourly low and say that this push on the higher time frames is done pushing bears. So yeah, that's what we waiting and looking for and see what we're gonna see. But ultimately, sitting in drawdown, should have been out, should have closed. But you know, that's a life of the trading game, my boy. Yo, this is about to tell me a lot. Then I'm gonna get that shit back. You feel me? But outside of that, I got to go. I'm hungry. My knees is thumping. I did squats yesterday and I got up to about 500-600 of them things for a couple of times and my knees is screaming now. So I'm gonna holler at y'all. Please like and subscribe. Holler at your boy. I'm out. Ciao. Yeah.